Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly live stream for this week, episode number 34. And as you can see, we are going to be playing Farming Simulator 15 for a game for this afternoon, evening. I am also hard at work, or was hard at work, trying to get not our next episode, episode 13. I think it is. Let me see. Yes. Of our Rise of Tomb Raider playthrough, only to discover that I had changed settings on my gaming PC when I was attempting to play and live stream from it last weekend, Fallout 76, and I didn't change the settings back, and I got through the entire hour of the episode recording. Went to move it over to my server where I store everything, and like, wow, that file size is really small for the video. Normally at my settings, they're about 15 or so gigs. This one was only 3 gigs. It's like, that's really small. Opened it to rewatch it, and it was all stuttery, glitchy, and just disgusting looking. So I started to investigate, saw that I had changed the settings, reverted everything back. No problem. I will jump back to a previous save where I started and replay through everything, and that save is gone. It's only got to where I saved before I closed out for the hour of the episode before I start the next one. So I spent the last 20 or 30 minutes fighting with that, trying to figure that out. Haven't found a solution. I still have the crappy video. I'm going to play around and see if I can adjust, convert the video, adjust settings, see if I can make it usable. I have a feeling I can't make it usable, so we may not have an episode 13, being that I'm the only way, I think, to recapture all that work that I did is to start a new game and work my way back up to the 50% point where it was, which I don't have the time to do. But we will have an episode 12, Friday's episode, if I can recover and make any of the video usable, will be episode 13. If not, will be episode 14, and we won't have an episode 13 of that section of playthrough, which is unfortunate. You would think when you do a manual save, it would just save all your manual saves and you'd be able to go back to them, but doing some research online showed that that's not the way the Tomb Raider manual saves work, which I wish I would have known, because then I would have saved stuff into the different slots instead of doing the manual save, figuring, oh, it'll be there next time I manual save, it'll just create a new one. Clearly it does not do that. So that is my dilemma problem for the day. It is very good that we're playing this game and I had it scheduled for today, because if it wasn't this game and it was something else, it would probably be a really short live stream, because that's just how aggravated I am at the game. But this one is nice, relaxing. Make sure it doesn't go to sleep or do anything weird while I'm chatting. This is a nice, relaxing game that I can calm myself down with after the ordeal I went through. Alright, now that my rambling angry montage is over, we'll get through what's coming up this week, and then we'll dive into this game. We'll dive into Farming Simulator 15. I know it's an older one. I know 19's out. I'm actually waiting to see if there's going to be a 20, because I know as soon as I buy Farming Simulator 19, 20 is going to come out, and I'm going to be kicking myself. So, tomorrow will be episode 12 of Rise of the Tomb Raider at 9 p.m. Once we're done with this live stream, I gotta hop over to my video editing machine and edit that one and get it ready and upload it tonight so it's ready to go tomorrow, or get it so I can upload it tomorrow when I get home from work. Tuesday is episode 15 of Fallout 4, which I don't know if I have. I do have episode 15, so I gotta also edit that one either tonight. Probably I'll edit 12, Tomb Raider episode 12, Fallout episode 15 tonight. When I get home from work tomorrow, I will upload episode 12 of Tomb Raider so that it's ready to go at around 9 o'clock. And then I'll upload episode 15 of Fallout 4. Wednesday, 6 p.m.-ish, will be our episode 15, our last one of our playthrough of Elder Scrolls Online Elsewhere for the Wednesday live stream time slot. Next Wednesday, the 18th, we will start our live playthrough of Borderlands 3. Thursday will be episode 16 of our Fallout 4 playthrough. And as I discussed earlier, Friday will either be episode 13 of Rise of Tomb Raider or episode 14, depending on if I can recover what I already have done. And that. I'll make sure to make a note if I do have to skip over it in the description of the video on our YouTube channel, why we skipped over it, and try to give an overview of what happened in that episode so you're not completely lost when we dive into episode 14. Next Sunday, our weekly live stream will be of Frostpunk once again. I believe we're in the section where we can continue. I don't think we got an end of game dying thing like we did last time we played. I think our current playthrough is good for us to continue. I believe that is all I have. Hopefully everything's set up with this. I didn't get a chance to check it. I installed it while I was doing research on trying to find my Tomb Raider saves and see if there was a list somewhere of them where I could go back to the one. So I installed it. I installed all my mods. I should make sure that... Do a quick check. I think a good portion of them are here. I think I'm only missing one that I normally use, which isn't that big of a deal. Alright. So that is all I have for my notes, updates, and angry ramblings. So we'll jump into a new game. Do it easy, and we'll start in the Scandinavian area region, because that one we start off with 3 farm fields to work with, where with this one we only start with 1. We tend to gain money and resources and such quicker in this one, but we will see. And I also moved, as you can see, my camera view from the lower right corner to the upper left corner. That way the information displayed in the lower right corner is we don't need a tutorial. For when we jump into the vehicles, speedometer and that information is displayed there. Alright. So what we're going to do is we'll start with him harvesting while we go and see what we got. I like the manual ignition, that way I can hop in the vehicle and it won't start automatically. Alright, he's got the trailer there. getting this field ready. I don't need this one. So we'll sell him to make a little money. Back. Make a good amount of money back. And we don't want potatoes because we don't have anything to harvest. And we'll get him planting the third field. Turn the volume down a bit. Alright, and we'll get into him, get the trailer ready to collect. We have to collect something. Purchase the equipment to pick up the hay. Let's see what we got. It's 27. Oops. Not what I wanted. Loading wagons are expensive. Alright. Being that I'm going to be using all the tractors. Eee. Tractors will be working, doing things. I don't want to purchase another tractor just to pull a loading wagon. We'll use him. We'll use him for now until we build up some funds. When we get bigger. Which probably won't be in this episode. So, hopefully everybody's been having a good weekend thus far. Mine was going good until earlier. But can't complain too much. I'm gonna stop complaining about it. I've got a possible workaround. I'm just gonna enjoy this. So we've had nice weather this weekend here. A little hot to do too much stuff outside, but not too unbearable most mornings. This one's a little narrower than most of the other loading wagons, so sometimes you miss if you're not lined up perfectly down the middle. You'll miss some off to the side. But this is a bit easier to maneuver than a tractor with the trailer to zip around and grab what you missed. I believe this came with the antique equipment expansion add-on that added, or mod that added older tractors and older equipment. Is where I believe this came from. I think it's like the classic kit or something like that. Squeaky brakes like old equipment has. Missed a whole swash, so we'll grab that and continue, because I think this might be the last row before this piece of equipment is full. Or it may be a portion of the next one down, because we're at 85%. Alright, it'll be a portion of the next one down. And that's getting ready to have to be emptied, so we're going to empty. We'll go and empty, sell this stuff, and then we'll jump into the tractor so we can fill up the trailer. This is a good game to play if you've had a bad day at work or anything, because it doesn't, unless you want to relieve stress by destroying and shooting things, then you could always jump into Fallout 4 or any of the Fallout games. And if you don't want to worry about dying and just want to go around and destroy stuff, you could activate the wonderful cheat in the console command and just destroy everything that gets in your way. The screen's doing its weird thing again. Don't know why that screen does that. It only does it connected to the live stream computer, which it's connected to that and my gaming machine, so when I game and record, I've got two screens so I can watch OBS and all that. But it only freaks out and gets all fuzzy, goes green, and does weird crap while I'm streaming. I can sit and be using the streaming machine, just doing normal things, no problem whatsoever. As soon as I start streaming, it'll do it once. Usually scares the crap out of me. And I've noticed it's getting longer and longer with its freaking out. Initially, it would just do it for a quick second and hop back and be fine. Now it's going a bit longer. Initially, I would think that the monitor is dying, but being it doesn't do it connected to any of the other computers, I don't know. But it shouldn't do it again tonight, hopefully. We'll grab that when we come down the other line. Alright, and we'll grab this little bit and the little bit that I missed just before. Maybe. Can't line up with it. Turning radius of the school bus. And being that we're up here, we'll just come down this row again. Not that row. Alright. Alright, we're full. We'll go empty it. We will empty our combine into the trailer, get it out of the way. We'll finish clearing the hay straw off of the field, and then we'll go check on the far field that is getting cultivated, ready to be seeded. And we'll check on the field that's being seeded right now. It should almost be done. And then we'll see what else we can do to kill time so we're not too bored waiting for the fields to grow. All right. Actually, we're gonna grab the two little missed sections. And that way we clear everything, get every last bit of what we need. out of this field so we can get as much money as possible until we can upgrade our stuff. See, playing the other world, I guess you would call it, I sell every tractor except for 2, that way, because you initially start with only 1 field. So I can send 4 or 5 tractors or something. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5 tractors that you start with, and so you don't need the 5 tractors to begin with. You really only need 2 working with 1 field. Technically only 1, but I usually have 2 that way. Cultivating and seeding. About. And that, and 1 to gather the hay and straw and that stuff. Because that one is a rather larger field compared to some of these, and that little truck will take forever. I get the hiccups. Not fun. There's actually other equipment here that we can sell. I never really used a plow, but I need a larger tractor to... We'll sell that one. Go dump this in our grain silo. Get him parked out of the way. The only thing being blocked by the picture-in-picture of myself over the game is the control window that gives me what keys each control is. So it's nothing super important. Alright, he's not even halfway done. You're nearly done. Alright. Finish clearing this field and it will be ready to be cultivated. When that one's done seeding, we will move it up to the field being cultivated. Whoop. Gosh darn it. Plus, this little truck fits a little bit better into the sheds that you sit where you sell the straw and hay bales and all that. It's easier to back into place. Alright, that field is done. We'll get him parked out of the way. Looks like the screen wants to do it again. Figure out what's making that screen so angry. Alright. Should be able to do it with this one if I put the weight on the front. Doesn't need to pull power to drag it to the ground. Just needs to carry it. Alright, it'll be good. We'll drop this off and sell it. Affects steering just a little bit, but we only gotta go to the bottom of the hill. I'll cut across. Normally I follow the roadways, but that's a little bit more money to play with. Like that. 9,000. Alright. I'll connect you back up to your trailer. And we'll check on everybody else. Alright, he's nearly done. He is done, so we'll head that way. And what will we plant? No, 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 no. No, plant wheat. Actually, no, because that'll be a long. We'll plant the canola there as well, because we don't. There's no byproduct when it's harvested, and that's a long trip to make with the little truck. Back and forth with the hay. You got one more pass, it looks like. We'll head over to the field we just harvested. Go run the cultivator across that one and get it ready, so when we're done seeding this one, we can seed the other one. And if all goes well, it may be ready to... The first field that we... Come on. Seeded might be ready to harvest by then, but I doubt it. This one's gotta wait on it. That one looks like he's gotta wait on the front. Okay. And should my heavy lifters have the weights on the front? Oops. It's alright, we'll start at this end. Alright. We'll work on selling stuff while we wait. Let's get turned around. Alright. Prices for what, where? Freight yard, canola. Perfect. We'll sell that first. And our freight yard is where? All the way down there. Alright. If we go straight down. Alright. I don't play this map that often, so I'm not very familiar where everything is. Alright, we want to go down this one. I usually play the other map. But it's good to get out of your comfort zone. We've got lots of trees, it looks like, so if we want to get into the logging eventually, when we have enough money to buy that equipment, we don't have to go too far. Alright, and I think we want to go this way. It's a slow pull up the hill. But I got my hazards on. Look at that. We're right at the freight yard. If I remember right, playing this map, we go over to here. We can send the train off. Don't know what it gives us, but it's always fun to do. Alright, back. Grab another load of canola, perhaps. Oh, we get extra money if we send the train off. That's right. Nice. Because I knew there was something special if you sent the train off that happened. Alright, let's check prices again. Freight yard's still pretty decent for canola. We don't have as much. We won't have a full load, but we'll still get a decent chunk of change. We'll dump it again. We'll send the train off again. An extra $17,000. Excellent. Alright, let's see, what do we got? Corn, 766, 891, 986. Corn to the transport company. Okay. Oops, corn. Bill. And transport company is down there. Right, that's transport company. Alright. Off we go. It's always good to figure out who's got the best price for what, and if it's in demand or not. That way, it's a nice quick way to make a whole bunch of money. Other than modifying the game save file. Actually, I think I need to go down one more. Right? Yeah. Actually, I can go over and down. That works. it a pull over here. Alright, almost back home. Alright, he's done. So we'll move him out of the way. And we'll check on the one that is seating. And see how he is doing. Get you parked out of the way. And you're a little over halfway done. Alright. Transport company for corn is still good. See, if we would have moved over, we would have made a lot more with the canola. Actually, barley. Windmill 142. Grain, let's see. 1452. Grain elevator is 1491. Alright, so we're going to take barley to the grain elevator. The grain elevator is pretty close. It's up by the other field. look at that. We're up to over 101,000 in our bank account. Alright, let us see. That was 14, 29, and we'll make the money back in the long run if we do it. Buy that, we'll buy the extra tank. Him there. Drop him there. I believe this tractor will be okay for that. For the sprayer. Fertilize the fields. We get a bigger yield. Means we got more to sell. Head on over here to our fertilizer mixing tank. Oops. Come on. I didn't fill it fully. Well, I didn't think it mattered. I don't remember. Let's see. We don't need them anymore. Maybe it won't fully fill on this tractor. It's just weird. Usually it'll fill all the way up. Alright, so we unfold the sprayer by pressing X. Alright, we lower it by pressing V and B. Alright, that's what I initially wanted to do. We make it to the other field. You missed a corner. There we go. And yes, you can fertilize the fields before you plant them, and it doesn't affect the planting. I always thought it had to be done after you planted them, and then one of them, a while back when I was playing, I had planted the field, wasn't sure if I'd fertilized it, and went to do it again. It did it, and it worked. So you don't have to wait till you plant them. Oops, wrong one. think that pretty much covers this field. Oh, except for this little bit of the corner. We'll fill up again, we'll head to the other field. Oh, this tractor might not have the ability to use the front one. The front tank. Oh. Hey, it looks like he's done planting, so we'll get him somewhat situated. Actually, I can hire a worker to have him start. Alright. That works. I can hire a worker to run this one while we run the other one to the other field and get him planting. Make sure we're lined up. Alright, we're gonna have him plant this one. This one. I think this is barley. Whee! It should only take him about 4 passes, I think. It's not perfect, but it'll work. As long as the majority of the field has been fertilized, you'll still get a 2 to 3 times as much product as if it were not sprayed. I'm just a perfectionist and I like to get the entire field sprayed, but I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, I don't think I tweeted. I can do that now. There we go. All those following us on Twitter wondering if we were going live or not today. Actually, it's a lot of gaps, so I'm going to run over them. Because it's going to bug me and we've got plenty of fertilizer left. So all you that follow me on Twitter, I do apologize for not tweeting that we were live earlier. I completely forgot. Now that we're an hour and 16 minutes in. It's okay, we should be able to do the full 3+ hours. I also did start a bit early, so. Go about 3 or so hours. That'll bring me to around dinner time here and give me plenty of time to make dinner and do everything else that I need to do. Alright. Let's fold that up and bring you back. This field is planted and fertilized and ready to grow. Actually surprised it didn't start already. Usually this field starts to grow before you even finish planting it. The time mechanics in the game are off a little bit. Let's see. Surprised the other field hasn't started to grow yet. Oh, too close. Alright, what do we got? Barley. The grain elevator still. Oh, wrong key. let's see. We don't have that much barley to sell. It's like corn to the transport company. I'll go the normal way I usually go. A little too far. It doesn't look like it started growing yet. him parked out of the way. See how our fields. Oh, they're all growing. I think it's when it gets to this next color blue is when we start to see stuff pop up. Alright, let's see, what can we sell? Sugar beets are 900. We'll sell sugar beets. Let's see, I think they are this first one. Nope, those are potatoes. But we'll sell them anyway. I can't stay on the road. Tree. Pay attention to the road. Don't get too much money from this. Will we make it before the car wants to turn? Yes, we will. Just barely. Cars don't stop. They crash right into you. Alright, now we know Sugar Beets are on the other side. There we go. See if we can pass them. Aha, we just made it, barely. Now they're stuck behind us going up the hill. Look at him get right up on us. Hey, looks like we got some green growing in that field, which means, yay, the other two fields of stuff starting to grow in them. Excellent. Still be a while before anything's ready to harvest, unfortunately. Let's get some chickens. Alright, we'll get 10 of them. They'll give us eggs that we can sell. If I remember, aha. There's these nifty little coins throughout the map. I've never collected them all. Like I said, I've never fully played this map. Got all our chickens. And our rooster. Oh, we got for the information dot. Chicken coop. There's something else to sell. Guess let's go clear some of the other informational dots. Around, there's not much else we can do. Other than wait. Potatoes and sugar beets. Wood chips. The one over here is for water. I think that is all of them in this immediate vicinity. Excellent. Oh, I know what I wanted to look at. This is for corn. The TC 590. I have the Coma 6. We've got that one for corn. I'll work for the Coma 6. I should pick that up before we forget. That way we can plant corn. Let's see. Let's go pick that up. So we have it. Nice slow combine. It'll be even slower coming back going uphill. Should fit through the buildings. See how bad of a yellow did I pick? I could have gone with the darker orangish yellow, I think. It'll work. Oh, while I'm here, nobody steal my tractor. Let's pay back some 2, 4. And pay off 20k of our borrowed money that we start the game with. Wow, we didn't slow down going up the hill like everything else. We're just powering through. Look at that. We don't have any corn planted, so we'll just set this off to the side. And we'll hook up the other header. Alright, well, there's not much more we can do until stuff actually grows. And that is gonna be a while. So I think I'm going to end it here today. And I will probably let this run a bit once we're off. Once I stop the live stream, I'll let it run for a bit to let the stuff grow, because increasing the game speed time doesn't really help with the growing process. It just speeds up the clock. That's usually what I do when I play it, not live by myself. I'll do everything that I can, get it plant everything planted, and then I will head off and, do laundry and run around and do other things around the house, come check on it and see where things are. And I'll get us a bit closer to where we can harvest, and then I'll save the game and jump out. And then next time we play this, we'll be ready to pick up pretty much where we left off with, except for all the crops will be just about ready to harvest. We'll go through, harvest them, sell them, replant, and wash, rinse, and repeat. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can catch... I also record these videos, so you can always catch an archive copy of it over on our YouTube channel. Just head over to YouTube and do a search for Deep Vault Gaming, and you'll find not only our archives here, but our older live streams that I did on YouTube, and our series videos that we've been doing. We've got ones for the Tomb Raider 2013 edition, Dishonored 2, playing through as Emily Caldwin, a partial playthrough of Siberia 3 on the Xbox One, partial playthrough of Fallout 1 that we played on our Windows XP gaming machine, and of course the two that we're working on right now, which is Fallout 4. You'll find our continuing series on that, and our continuing series on Rise of the Tomb Raider. You'll also find the archives of our Wednesday live streams there as well, which currently is Elder Scrolls Online Elsewhere, and that'll be coming to an end this Wednesday. Will be our last episode that will play it on a Wednesday. Following week, next week, we'll be starting our playthrough with episode 1 of Borderlands 3, as that comes out this Friday the 13th. It's a great date for the game to come out. You can follow us. It's better. There's more updates that I put out on Twitter. If you go over to Twitter, just search for Vault_Deep. That's us. You follow us there on Twitter. You can also, if you want, follow us on Facebook. On Facebook, search for Deep Vault Gaming. And we also have a Patreon page if you want to support this channel in a more personal manner. You can head on over to patreon.com / Deep Vault Gaming. That'll be our page. Or you can I think you can go and do a search straight from the Patreon page for somebody. All the links to all of these is in any of the video descriptions for YouTube. So if you're having difficulty finding it, head over to the YouTube page, click on any of the videos, and then down at the bottom description I have links to a Patreon page or a Facebook page, a Twitter page, and the most recent videos. I have a link here to our Twitch channel. Also, be sure to, if you like what we do here on Twitch, to follow us on Twitch. As soon as we hit 50 followers, I'm going to open up a private Discord server for a chat specifically for Twitter. I have one already set up for those that become one of our Patreons. A specific Patreon Discord server. I'm going to set up a Twitch one. Actually, I have it set up. So as soon as we hit 50 followers, all those 50 followers, I will send a link to the Discord channel too. And there we can just chat after game. You can send other messages in that instead of here on the Twitch chat. Because I'll stay live on Discord for 20 to 30 minutes after, because I'm moving the video files and cleaning up everything and getting stuff set up for the next live stream that I'm going to do. and that, so I'm usually on for a little bit longer. We can continue to chat there if you like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a great rest of your Sunday, everybody. I will see you again on Wednesday for our last episode of Elder Scrolls Online Elsewhere. Be sure to tune in Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday for Fallout 4 and Rise of the Tomb Raider videos. Those usually go live around 9 p.m. Pacific time. And that's about it. So, again, have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a great week. I'll see you guys Wednesday, and be sure you guys keep on gaming. Have a great night, everyone.